Hey, it's Ubu, and today we're checking out the playtest for a game called Dreadmoor. It's developed by DreamDoc, it's published by Digital Vortex Entertainment, and you can find the game on Steam. As always, we're going to sit back and relax and play through the game here today, and at the end of the video, I will give a detailed review and give the game my final judgment. Now let me tell you about the game, and we'll get started. Dreadmoor is a dark first-person fishing adventure game set in a submerged world, rotting from a past catastrophe. Fish in murky waters, upgrade your boat, craft survival gear, and fight monstrous creatures that lurk under the water and on the land. Now that you know what the game is about, let's begin. Oh, I need to read this. Oh, Dad, look what I found. What did you find? No. No, no. Find the last light. I heard him grunting and... Dang it, another attack. Again. Who said I'm not cursed? By some miracle I survived, but just where am I? New quest, first steps, grab a melee weapon. Okay, well, I gotta adjust this mouse sensitivity, because yikes. Let's try that. That's a little better. Sorry, I feel very thrown off. I heard him grunting, so I expected, like, talking immediately afterwards, but, so we missed that first line. My bad, my bad. Just collecting materials. This game looks really cool. I like its, I guess, cel-shaded sort of appearance is the best way to put it. Oh my god, is that Bootstrap Bill? You got a sickle. It's still sharp, it'll come in handy on the road. Okay. Alright, now I need to return to the boat at the pier. Doesn't look like we can open those crates. I've had this game on my wish list for a long time, so I'm very excited to try this out finally. It is pre-alpha, so keep that in mind if there's any issues or bugs or things like that. So use melee weapon to destroy. Okay, well, how do you get... Okay, here we go, here we go. Nice looking inventory system here. It says it's equipped. Okay, well, how do we take it out? Maybe I should use the gamepad. Interesting. Okay. Looks like we destroy stuff to maybe I can break these. Aha! Very cool. Alright, we're getting the hang of it. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like while we're inside, the game is like, maybe it's just me. It's like visually noisy, if that makes sense, but we just started, so maybe my eyes will adjust. Coral fibers. Nice. Well, look at this water. Very cool. Very strange looking place. It's overgrown and gross looking. Oh my god. I'm a fan. There's some kind of radio. Let's check it out. Tune in. Frequency search signal amplification. To find the right frequency, hold the left mouse button. Turn the dial in the desired direction until you hear voices and the small needle begins to tremble. Boost the signal using the yellow dial. Place the needle in the green zone. Once it's set, the dialogue will begin. Okay, okay. Hold left mouse and move the cylinder. Okay. Oh, sorry, my mouse was just gone for a second. Here we go, here we go. Figuring it out. Okay, we got it trembling now. Oh, okay. There we go. Hey, stranger, I don't know how you made it here, but here's some advice. This is from Gil. If you want to keep on living, sail straight and don't turn anywhere until you hit our island. The tower on the rock is your landmark. Dock and come into our shop. See you. Alright, new quest. Batsy and Sons. I can see the cliff from here. Okay. Alrighty then. Take control. Look at that, we're in a little boat. Look how cool this looks. There's a little fishing spot there. Lighting. Nice. I really like how this game looks. Big fan. Whoa. Okay, fishing spot. While sailing, you may notice distinct splashes on the water. These are fish habitats. Sail closer to the activity zone until the indicator appears. Start fishing. Approach the side of your boat and press the action key, F. Some kind of creature attacking that walking house. Okay, I guess not anymore. Oh, I guess we have to... So I like killed that thing and ripped it apart. Sorry, I didn't mean to skip over that. Just it kind of locked me into this fishing spot. Or maybe it was locked me in to watch that happen. It's, I don't know. I'm having a moment. Okay. So maybe we'll dock in here. X to dock. I think I just crashed into the wall. Whoops. Okay, here we are. There's so much to look at. Fish grinder. Ew. Crafting table. Machine oil. Fan propeller. A torn page. Angler wanted. Looking for a skilled angler for long-term employment. We'll provide you with contracts, essence, and fuel. Our prices are ridiculous, but the joke's on us. You're gonna put on some fat and thank your lucky stars for a chance to meet some wonderful traders. Betsy and Sons General Store. Very interesting looking language they have. Writing. Okay, the performance here is not very good. At least on my end. There's so many things to look at here. Maybe we talk to somebody first. Look at this guy, engineer. Another day, another leak. Want to help or just watch? Nothing. Goodbye. He has like an eyeball on his chest. Gross. Okay. Well, it looks like we need to get up there. Let's ring this bell. Like he's on a... This house is on a giant mechanical crab. Jesus. Gil. Ah, would you look at him? The world's chewed up another poor bastard and spat him into our swamp. This one's sturdy, though. No gills. All his limbs intact. Didn't even piss himself. We'll make good money off you. Oh, ho, ho. Shut up, you dumb... What? I skipped that, sorry. You gut fish and play with entrails. I handle business. We don't need beggars or drifters around here. Let's start with the important question. Do you know how to fish? Kinda, yeah. Okay, now I'll skip. I'll say no. No. In the community I had a different role, but I do have a rod. Excellent. We've got no anglers around here, so you can take the open spot and start with 3 snappers. Fuel up the boat and bring us the fish. You have fuel? Enough so you don't have to hoist a sail. You'll find the pump at the pier. You can sleep in the house on the rock. The view from there is great, and it barely smells of rot. And drop by the engineer's place and his dry dock. You can repair and clean your boat, and that sorry tub of yours sure needs it. Thanks. New quest, rickety boat. We need to catch 3 snappers and talk to the engineer. Can do. And it looks like we can eventually upgrade our fishing rod here. Change hooks and upgrade and change our melee weapon. Very cool. Nice. Okay. Let's go look around a little bit, I guess. I know you said to talk to the engineer, but I want to see what all this is about. Okay, this is fuel. Some items. Wow. Far so good. I like the vibe. I like our little introduction here. It seems pretty straightforward. Getting us the basics of everything. Not a lot of horror fishing games, or I would say this is horror adjacent so far. It's just kind of gross right now with all the weird stuff growing everywhere, but I'm sure we'll see plenty of monsters and horrors below the surface. So I'm excited to try it out. I've played a few fishing games that are horror related, and I think it's a good time, so hopefully this one has some nice stuff about it. If that makes sense. Dang it, kid, what have you done to that poor boat? There's not a sound plank left on her. She's crusted up to the gun walls with seed junk. Great machine spirit, grant these meatbags a shred of common sense. About the boat, have you seen a giant turtle? It was like a random question. About the boat. I got the boat in this condition, but it's long overdue for some proper repairs. Humanity was given mighty engines, elegant boats, and brilliant machines, yet meat never values a gift until it falls apart. Here's a list of everything you'll need for the repairs and to craft 2 protective plates, 1 for each side. To make more, that's up to you. You'll gather some of the materials on the water or on land. Bugs breed on the wall behind our island. Hook them off with your grapple. Coral growth is nearby, high time you knocked it down. Once you've got the materials, load the repair tool with slime and patch the holes. Okay. Cool. Is the sun going down? Oh, I didn't realize it'd be a day-night cycle. Nice. I like that we can just kind of smash stuff and get materials. That's fun. Very cool. Alright, so let's raise the boat on chains in the dry dock. Okay, I wanted to also just kind of look around a little bit. Get all these materials. Lighting. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Like, if you just look at this for a second, like, this looks really cool. All the textures and the depth of everything. Everything just looks like it's there, if that makes sense. Got like a shape to it. Like a weight. That's what I'm trying to say. What is Ubu talking about? He sounds crazy. Water pump. Alright, let's see what this does. Lift to floor 2. Lift to floor 1. Lift to floor 0. Clear the boat's bottom. Boat consumes fuel. If it runs out, the boat will not move. Fuel can be refilled at gas stations on piers or with fuel canisters floating in the water. Plan your journey ahead of time. Boat refueling. The gas station, press F to take the fuel nozzle. Approach the boat's fuel tank cap. Press and hold the left mouse button to start refueling. Wait for the tank to fill up completely. Fuel at the station is unlimited. Thank God. Fuel. We can hold it to 360 gallons? Something like that. Okay, I don't want it anymore. There you go. Alright, well, I don't understand what this quest is asking of me, so maybe we'll just go fishing first, because I don't know what it means by clear the boat's bottom. No idea what it wants me to do, to be honest. I can't, like, read the quest log either to get more specifics. Like, in most games, you could go to the quest log and click on the quest and it'll say, this is exactly what you need to do. Obviously, I missed something, so I'll take the fault for it. We have some quest markers, so maybe that's what we need to be doing. I might be just ahead of myself here. You see them way over there. You have a map? Nope. Hey. We need to catch some snapper. Let's see what this is. This is snapper. Okay. So it said to do this. Fishing spot. Here you can select your bait. The bait you choose affects the chance of catching different fish species. Okay. We have earthworm bait. Our simple rod. We're going to catch our snapper, which is a peaceful fish. That shows our personal record, which is nice. And then recycling, I guess, shows what we can get from the fish, which looks like 1 meat. Peaceful fish are timid and easily spooked. They feed on algae and small insects and are most often found in swamps. Patience and careful handling are the key to catching them. They can weigh between 1 and 7 kilograms, and they sell for 4 to 28 coins. Okay, let's fish. Hold the left mouse button to cast your bait. The longer you hold, the further you throw, and by moving the camera. Okay, you can kind of see him moving in the water, so maybe we do it like that. Alright, press the left mouse button to set the hook when you feel a strong bite.
It's bulls.
Okay, choose your preferred fishing rod control scheme. You can change the controls at any time in the settings. Looks like mouse controls or AD controls. Don't know. I guess maybe mouse controls for now. This indicator shows which way to pull the rod against the fish. I think the fishing failed while we were reading the control selection there, so now I don't know if the tooltips are showing up like they should. The indicator shows the fish's stamina and exhaustion level. This indicator shows the line tension. Try not to let it reach 100% or the line will snap. This indicator shows the distance to the fish. When it reaches 0, the fish is caught. Okay, move the rod against the fish's direction to drain its stamina. While moving the rod, hold the left mouse button to reel in and pull the fish closer. The higher the tension, the faster you'll land the fish. But be careful, if the tension meter reaches 100%, the fish will break free. I get it. I played the game About Fishing, which is a really great fishing game. So I have a little bit of practice, you could say. Anyways, let's try to catch a fish.
All right, steady.
So I need to hit it as that circle fills up.
Too heavy.
Okay, okay. Okay, okay. I think he's getting tired. Oh, tension. We gotta ease up when our line gets too much tension. Quick reel. When the fish runs out of stamina, it will stop fighting. At this moment, you can safely reel it in without risk. Hold left mouse button to pull the fish closer. The line tension will not increase until the fish recovers its stamina. Okay, I see. So basically, once you stamina break them, we should be able to just hold it down. Oh, oh, oh. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Press F. So many buttons to press just to fish, honestly. It's kind of ridiculous. Stars indicate the fish's rarity. The higher the rarity, the more valuable the fish. Icons show the fish species. Each species has unique traits. Okay. Okay, press F to auto-sort the hold. Press G to manually place the fish in the hold, or press Z to release the fish. Okay. Auto-sort. I hear somebody on my radio. I'm fishing. Shut up.
Fish. Oh, it's bulls.
Well, that radio's gonna be beeping in my ear the whole time, ain't it? I like how this looks. We hold it. Okay, we're just trying to get him closer to us as we break his stamina. Almost broke the line there. Alright. Alright, let's... Well, how you biting today? Just fine until you came in yelling. So much passion, so much enthusiasm. Keep at it. We could use all the fish you could catch. Will do. Thanks for interrupting me. Let's fish again. Hiya! We're getting the hang of it. I like how it's like left click to do this, and then if you don't tug on my line, the fish will... Okay, I can't keep up with all the dialogue. Like you need to left click, and then left click again, and then press F, and then sort it. This spot is fished out. Alright. We got 3 snappers. Not too bad, not too bad. So, didn't we have a second quest marker? But now it doesn't look like we do. I'm a little confused by that. Let's just go turn in this part and see what happens. We can sprint, that's great. Bing! Alright, we're back to Gil and Bowser. I've also decided to bump down the quality and graphic settings just a tad. Everything was on ultra, but now they're on just high in general, and I think it's looking better and performing a lot better too. I like to stress test things a little bit, so sorry if it was unpleasant to look at there for a while. So this should be better for now. Here's the fish. Can you extract any essence from it? Fish! There's nothing but scaly garbage. We'll feed it to Betsy before the old girl gets cranky. Bowser will take care of that. Well, I keep turning you into a proper angler. A useful man always finds a place to belong, and it's pretty obvious you're looking for one. Facts. You're awfully clever. Yeah, I'm looking for somewhere to belong, and for a talking fish, you know an awful lot. I like reading. I'm getting the voices mixed up. You can stand to do a little more of it yourself. Here, take a look. Scraps of knowledge. They'll help you understand blueprints and craft bait for a hush feeder to start with. The workbench and fish grinder are down at the pier. The rest you'll figure out yourself. Every angler has their own favorite bait. Yeah, do you like earthworms or mealworms? Now quit standing around. You slowpokes are nothing but a drain on my profits. Just flowing in and out of accents. It's great. Cool. I don't know why I immediately looked at that, but I just couldn't help myself. I would be really upset about living on top of a giant crab monster. That doesn't sound very pleasant to me. Alright, we need to gut the snapper. Go to the fish grinder. So we click them. What do? We click and drag them. That's an odd system because not everything, like, it doesn't like all fit on the screen. You know what I mean? I have to like literally scroll down. Do I... Oh, there we go. Oh, I see. So what is... I don't really quite understand what these two different menus here are. They look like chests. Not any noise that happens when you drop them in. Be careful with it. There was a genius here. He got so carried away that processed his arm up to the very elbow. Yeah, don't stick your hand in the grinder. OSHA wouldn't approve of that. Alright, now we craft wound 10 bait. Okay. Wound 10. I feel like I'm just messing my reading up all day. I'm sorry. Anyways, wound 10, rare quality. Fit for these fish. Necrosoft. Sharp fin, which is a unique fish. And a soft grazer. Bait for peaceful fish. Suitable for catching soft grazer and sharp fin. A key winds up the mechanism that spins the jar. Inside, there's a small light bulb that turns on when the jar is rotating. Oh, so it's like attracting them with light. Cool, metal plate and fish flesh. How do we craft it? We can also make consumables like lockpicks, patches, and modules, and weapons, harpoons. Oh, nice. Oh, I understand. I understand. Okay, so I need to actually pick up the item physically. I like that. That's really cool. So I'm like literally reading the recipe. And then I'm going back and saying, okay, I need to then take the ingredients and place it down and then craft it. I like that. Very engaging. Let's make another one. Oops. That's cool. That's very cool. Okay. Now we need to talk to Gil and Bozer again. Alright. Look at the moon. That is super cool. Okay. The bait's ready. Then why is it in the water? And why hasn't it caught a hush feeder yet? Oh, never mind. I'm a gentleman and I keep my word. Here's your key. About time. If the ghouls don't rip out your guts and suck your eyes dry, we'll find plenty of work for you. You know we work for a good angler. What about the job? What about the job? Oh, I skipped something. Any details? We won't go into details, right, Bozer? Mm-hmm. We haven't known each other long enough to be throwing around trade secrets. So without going into details, we're signing you to catch two peaceful and somewhat valuable fish. The soft gazer and the sharp fin fish. What do you say? Can you handle it? I can handle it. Alright, we got a side quest. Woo! There's some music kicking in too. Very cool. I will never understand the boat situation here, but it's queued up as the top of our story now, so maybe we can do it now. What is this? Need to pump in air so the pressure becomes strong enough. Okay, interact. Okay, I see now. I see now. I think I understand. So now we take this device. And now we clear these barnacles off the bottom of our boat. Very nice. A little tedious. You know, but being a fisherman's hard work. There. I was like, I can't see anything. Purity restored. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Okay, now we need to collect items. Some kind. I probably shouldn't have picked all that stuff up earlier. I mean, I'm sure we can find plenty of stuff laying around, so maybe we'll do that real quick. I'm not really sure what those icons are quite yet. At least the ones that were missing. Ship upgrades. Storage locker. I assume is says mods locker up there. So it looks like, I guess you could just keep track of all your stuff here. Customization. Yeah, I assume you'll be able to modify the boat quite a bit. In a lot of different ways, so. That's super cool. Can we jump? Oh, God, my legs. I assume maybe there's some more stuff around here I can break. I mean, maybe we don't need all this stuff, like, immediately. It's rubber that's on the left. Okay. The left of the collect items. Cool tip. Here's something chirping. What is that? Oh, here's some stuff that's telling me to collect. What the? I guess. Maybe, maybe not. There's... The icon is like right here. What's back here? I'm gonna get stuck. That's okay. Maybe we'll look around on our adventures and we'll find some more stuff. Alright, looking at our quest log here, or journal, apparently it's bugs that we're looking for. So let's go. Remember the guy earlier mentioning bugs, so that checks out. What about being on the back of the building over there? Very pleasant music. The sun's rising. It's good timing. What's this? If I like drive over this, do I collect them or do I need to... Grappling hook. You can collect floating containers with useful resources and solve puzzles. To do this, use the grappling hook and press 2 to equip it. Aim at the object and press left on the mouse button. On a successful hit, the grapple indicator will light up. Hold the left mouse button to pull the object towards you. Right. Really nice. I like the mechanical, just the feedback of using these items. They're very, very interactive and very immersive. I like it a lot. So we need to spam the button to pull these off. These are huge bugs. Oh my god. I don't like this at all. Not a fan, not a fan. Ew, dude, where do you even put stuff like this? In, like, you just pick it up and throw it in the boat? I would never want to even be in the same room with this thing. Look at his little mouth chomping away. Gross. I need one more. Get a better angle here. I appreciate that the boat doesn't have like crazy momentum when you stop. Nice. We have enough to reinforce the hull. Time to head back to the dry dock. I guess we'll do that first, just in case we get something else to do. I like the way this looks. I keep saying it, but... Oh, look, there we are. Really cool. Birds flying around everywhere. Skybox looks nice. I keep adjusting the settings as we go, because this game is a bit strenuous on my PC. I should have done that to begin with, but... You know, hindsight's 20/20. Okay. Refill the repair gun. $1 equals 1 repair. Okay, repair. Let's lift it up here first. Turn the lighting on. The more I play this, the more immersed I feel. Repair the rear right side, repair the right front side, repair the bow, repair the left front side, and the rear left side. Cool. We just spray bug slime on it and it repairs it. Repair the bow. That's the back, right? Or starboard side, and then there's the bow. This is the bow. Alright, now let's talk to the engineer again. Not exactly, but at least it won't fall apart from... I keep missing all the dialogue. I don't know why. I don't know why I keep just expecting someone to talk, other than me. Anyways, I can use the materials I've already stockpiled. I've got everything. Sensible. The machine's spirit approves of that. Always salvage what you find. Even an old bolt will prove its worth sooner or later. Weird how we're looking like down, not like right at him. Alright, kid, head over to the lathe. Study weak hole protection in the skill tree. Okay, maybe it's under the boat section. Weak hole protection, Mark 1. We have 10 torn pages. The torn pages looks like we can spend those on our masteries here. Okay, cool. Studied. We also have like spotlight, heavy duty engine, upgrade engine, ship engine, upgrade engine propeller, small fish hold, so on and so forth. Upgrade our grappling hook, which requires a recipe. So we need to find recipes for these specific items. And then, excuse me, I have the hiccups. A lot of recipes required. Okay, so aside from torn pages, we need recipes. Okay, craft weak hole protection at the lathe workbench. Install weak hole protection on the boat. Okay. Is this what they want me to use? The lathe workbench. I kind of doubt it's this one. Excuse me. There's got to be one around here. Maybe there was one upstairs that I saw. Oh, well, maybe if we follow the quest marker. Yeah. Wow. It's just a lot to read and look at in this game. So it's a bit overwhelming, but you know, we just got to give it some time. We'll get used to it. Standard engine Mark 1. Not enough resources. It's installed. Weak hole protection Mark 1. Installations side front protection 2, and it reduces our boat speed. A hole reinforced with makeshift materials increases both the speed's protection and your own safety. Okay, so you're adding more material to your boat, so it's getting a little heavier. Well, that's a noise. So it's causing our boat to go a little bit slower the heavier it is. That makes sense to me. So we need to... oh, I need to make 2 of them. Whoops. Okay, my bad. Let's pay attention. Alright. We've crafted 2 of them now. Gosh. Install weak hold protection on the boat. It's side front, right? So... drop. I don't want to drop it. I want to install it. Oh. Install. Okay. Install the weak hold protection on the boat. Where did my second one go? Crafted 2 of them. Where did oh, here it is. You only carry 1 at a time. That makes sense. They're very heavy, I assume. Yay! Well done. Malcolm said done. Let's see how many hits she can take now. We haven't technically been attacked by anything yet, so... Wow, look at this guy. Done. Now that's more like it. There's always room for improvement, and we'll get that soon enough, but at least now I'm not ashamed to be seen talking to you. Great. What do you need? Are there any safe settlements nearby? I've traveled a long way without finding a single safe settlement. Are there around here? Sludge bet. And? A rotten place run by a rotten bastard. It'll keep you safe from the blight and the ghouls, but living there is another matter. Tell me about the road to Sledgebet. How dangerous is the road to Sledgebet? Can I make it there? No, the maw is sealed. By whom I don't know. Maybe the Baron's men. Maybe Warden Lilo. Haven't heard a word about either in a long time. If it were any other gate, I'd open it myself, but the maw is different. It was built long before Sledgebet existed, and long before I came to these waters. I used to admire it. Such exquisite engineering. Now it keeps us trapped in this backwater. Without the original blueprints, no one will ever unravel the maw's locking mechanism. So it can be opened. Of course, but first you'd have to understand why it was sealed, and who sealed it. The locals have nothing useful to tell me. That's Gil and Bozer's business over at Betsy and Sons. Talk to them, kid. Traders end up hearing everyone's stories, whether they want to or not. Fair enough. Now I know where to go and what to look for. Don't neglect your boat, kid, and next time we meet, remind me to tell you about an upgraded engine. Will do. Install the serrated axe edge at the workbench. Okay. That was just a very random change of quest objectives. Upgrade something. Maybe our sickle? Whoa, cool. We gain 5 damage. Very cool. Reinforcement plate made from the jaw of a large predatory fish. Naturally sharpened edges inflict ragged wounds and improve efficiency when smashing crates, breaking rotten doors, and threshing coral overgrowth. Powerful but brittle. Let's install. Okay. So now we need to reach the water gates. The throat. Alright, we also have a side quest to complete. Glad we came back. Got everything caught up together. Now we can move out, set sail, and become the greatest angler in the world. At least we'll try. Like the little platforms that pop out like that. And very nice. Alright, we're all upgraded and ready to go. We need to catch a soft gazer fish and a sharp fin fish. Those are somewhere. Should have completely refueled. I think I can dock here. There's a little fuel. Oh. Take it easy, man. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Just wanted to top it off. There's a chest there that's locked. Weird how hands seem to pop up on the screen a lot. I don't have a map when I press M, so that's kind of concerning, right? You think in a game like this, I can't even open my inventory while I'm on the boat. Must have to, like, get out of driving it first. I guess we'll just check fishing holes as we go. And just see if they're the ones we need. I will say, I have a bit of a fear of deep water or water you can't see under. Murky water like this. And in a game like this, there's no telling what's lurking below and waiting for us. Oh, here's a sharp fin. Oh, let's back it on up. Okay. Alright. Fishing spot. And it said something about using, okay, wound 10. Let's try that. We're going for this unique fish called a sharp fin. Okay, let's throw it out there.
Alright, steady.
See, now he talks. He just said something.
Oh, it pulls.
Maybe the voice acting just isn't done yet for the main character. Trying to tire this guy out here. Running out of mouse room over here. Let's see if we can get him. Oh. Ease up, ease up. The screen just flashed black for some reason. That was weird. So like when I'm changing directions like this, left and right, you see me doing, you don't have to be reeling when you're doing that, but I think it's to help you control the fish. Whoa, look at that guy. Okay, he's a 2-star. Personal record, of course, is our first one. A peaceful but very strong fish. It hides in deeper waters. Known for sudden, powerful strikes that can easily snap weak lines. Requires durable equipment and quick reflexes. That's right.
Catch fish.
Might have overthrown it a little bit. We can reel it in a little bit here. Can we get him closer before he takes a bite? He's following it. Music is very dramatic. Alright, let's recast. Oh, I might overthrow him again. Come on, take a bite. There we go. Alright, we're getting the hang of this. Not too bad, not too bad. Oop. Seems like when... Okay, we're draining the fish's stamina, right? And then when we hit... His stamina hits 0, and then it allows us to reel him in. I think you kind of have to, like, let go of the reel and then click it again. You can't just, like, hold it down all the way through him losing stamina to then also reeling him in. That's what it seems like to me, which is a little awkward. Because it's like, oh, he's out of stamina. Now I need to let go and then click again. So maybe that can be adjusted, because like, it just feels kind of odd. Like if he runs out of stamina, I should just be able to continue reeling rather than having to let go and like start the new action. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Like I said, it's pre-alpha, so there'll be a lot of things they're going to fine-tune like that. Now we need a soft gazer. Looks like a little houseboat over here, too, I want to check out, or something. Here's the soft gazers. Perfect. I also want to use my grapple on that thing, stuff over there. Here we go. Not quite close enough, fortunately. The heavy barrel takes a minute. Got some metal plates. I want to see what this is too. Maybe that's close enough. It looks like an electronic, some kind of weird floating. Oh, it looks like a sea mine. Got a battery and some stuff. That's pretty cool. All right, let us try out this soft gazer pool here. I don't know if I got close enough, but I guess I didn't. There we go. Okay, it looks like there's like a certain amount of uses we can get out of this bait, because this bar down here is a little bit lower now. I'm so glad I made 2 of them, though.
All right, steady. Now
There we go.
pulls.
There we go. Whoa, 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 way. I'll test my theory. So he's out of stamina. I just instinctually let go, just to start the cast again. You have to play this for yourself. You probably know what I'm saying, but just it sounds odd. What I'm saying, I guess. I feel like I could be more specific, but all right. It's a heavy one. 5 kilograms, whatever that is. There's a 2-star. A passive, slow-moving fish that accumulates tainted essence, caught with sound-emitting bait. Very cool. Look at that thing, dude. Gross. Auto sort. I'll say the fishing feels a little clunky at the moment, but the fact that it's early game and we have so many things that we can upgrade and improve eventually, it might start feeling a lot more smooth. It's probably based on like where we are, like certain zones. This is like the starting zone, so the fishing is pretty easy going. And then maybe getting upgrades will make it, you know, that much easier. But as we progress to different areas, I assume there'll be like more unique events and unique fish that are more challenging, and I think there could be some interesting discoveries to be had regarding that in our exploration. Nice! We got a second soft gazer. He's only a 1-star this time. Alright, we just need to get a third one. Alright, let's see if we can get him here. We got nighttime and super spooky out here, by the way. Had to let my cat in, so I got a little bit distracted away from the game for a second. It's really misty and spooky out here. I like that. Like our tension isn't really bothering us this time. Oop, there it goes. Gotta watch it, you gotta watch it. There we go. Alright, he's a 1-star. Very cool. So now we got that done. Let us move on. Oh yeah, I wanted to look at this little area over here. Excuse me. Looks like there's some bugs. You know, we got to keep an eye out for recipes and stuff too, you know. I think traversing in the dark in this game, though, is probably a bit of a challenge. There's just so much to look at, like even in the dark. If that makes sense. Like, it's not just this huge empty space. Like, there's just a lot going on here. I like that a lot. Okay, let's see if we can dock. I appreciate the nice little auto docking there. That's really cool. It sure didn't skimp on resources. Yeah, whatever that means. Gate lever. Repair the generator. I pick all these materials up, of course. Oh, this looks cool. I kind of wish I could hold down my melee button instead of having to click it over and over again. We need bug slime. Alright, well, I guess we should have caught those bugs earlier. Ew. I tell you what, some barnacles and stuff like that, like, really grosses me out. I'll tell you what. Let's go get those bugs. This should just be over. Whoa, 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 whoa. Crashing into stuff. Look out. It should be just over here. Really like the way this light casts over everything. So far, so good. I'd say this is a good time so far. In general, I really like its pacing, even though I feel like at first it was just a little... I feel like a little jarring, like kind of getting into the swing of things, but... I don't know why I just cannot convince myself to get closer before I try. There we go. I've said it many times, but I really like the visual presentation of this game. Of course, I'll talk more about things in general and detail at the end of the video, but Just trying to work on the commentary a little bit. I think that should be enough bug slime. You know, I just like to, you know, relax and have a good time through my, you know, with my gameplays, but trying to, I guess, be more descriptive and just chat with you more, I suppose. And I didn't expect a day-night cycle. I like that. Hopefully there's a way to, like, manipulate it. Unless maybe, like, we get, like, a bed or something or something like that. I wonder if there's, like, certain fish or events that only happen at daytime or nighttime. That would be cool to discover. It does look like there's a pretty in-depth, like, crafting system and upgrade system. So, like I said, things might start out maybe a bit slow, but then, you know, really start to pick up as we go. Explore and whatnot. That's odd. I had to, like, physically move my mouse to do that. Like with the water gun earlier. Gate mechanism is broken. Need to check what exactly is broken and what I can fix. Jesus. So we're just gonna fix this whole place up just all by ourselves, huh? Repair the right water pump. Alright, we need more bug slime and we need a gear. Alright, well, let's take a peek around just in case there is gear laying around here somewhere. Fair bit of QTEs, I will say. Go away. No. You can't make me. Metal plate. I like being able to walk around and actually, like, inspect drawers and look through these rooms and, you know, really get into it. Whoever was here may have lost their mind. Oh, yeah. Oh, did I just take fall damage? I fell like 2 feet. What are you talking about? Okay, I have a marker up there. We need to go check that out. I got winded running like 5 feet. That's funny. Very lore accurate. How do I... maybe we go over that pier over there? I'm really having a time talking today. Blah, 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 blah. Dock. Okay, there we go. Can I reach this from here? Aha. I like the grappling hook. Got some lily pads and stuff. There's just a lot to look at. Got stuck there. A lot of environmental detail. Now, how is this gonna work? Like, is it gonna actually make it to me? I did get just close enough. There we go. Let's see what's up here. Let me in. Very cool. I like that we can interact with the environment quite a bit. Or the left water pump. Oh my god. Okay, I think we're going to be doing this for a while. Turn the radio, tune the radio, and talk to the engineer. So we need quite a bit of materials. 10 total gears, bunch of bug slime. Okay. Oh, I could have just run across the top up here. Is there anything up here? There's a gear. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's how you can get back and forth without having to get on your boat. Okay. Well, our boat is over here, so let's go back to our boat. And let's... I guess go back out and start looking for some stuff. Alright, I think I know how to do this now. You want it here. You want it like that. Dry dock here. I've inspected the throat. Oh, that's me. Everything that could break, broke. Only the gates themselves haven't collapsed, unfortunately. Well, time to get to work. The water gate. Yes, I know I need to fix it, so I must have gotten ahead of the quest there a little bit. That's okay. Well, let's go around and look for some, I guess, materials here to collect. We also need to turn in our side quest at some point. I think if we try to get some metal materials with our grappling hook and find some more bugs, probably our best bet. I mean, that's what's required, but you know what I'm saying. We need to look around for this stuff. Here we go. Oh, come on. Did not want to give it to me. I feel like my camera is being funny. Okay. We need bug slime. We need metal stuff. Not sure really how far we can even explore. We can't go through those trees. Do you notice some gear icons on our compass at the top? Not really sure what that is. One to my right as well. There are a bunch of bugs right here. I think I could probably look at our journal and it'll tell me how many I need exactly. At least I hope so, because I didn't quite pay attention to how many we needed. Let's open our journal up here. Okay, it just says repair the left and the right. Sucks. Snapper, these are our fishes. Our fishes log. Good to know. I like hearing the frogs croaking and stuff. I really like the environmental sounds. And I would say for a fishing game, it's not bad so far. There's a lot to do, it seems, in terms of upgrading and everything, like I've talked about already. So maybe it feeling clunky at first. It's just what you can expect from a game in general. If it has a lot of deep progression, you don't want to be like overpowered out of the gate, you know what I mean? So, I don't know if going back here is going to do us any good, but we'll see. There's a tree sticking out of the back of this rock. It's literally floating. Can go back in here. Okay. For no reason. Alright. Thought maybe the gear icons were like a point of interest or something. Maybe I thought one was hiding back there, but that doesn't seem to be the case. We're getting about halfway to our fuel level as well. Weird little chirping bird noise again. Alright. Just bash into everything while we're at it. Here's some things we can reel in. I don't know if I'm getting gears from these. I need quite a bit of gears still. Here's one of those weird gizmos. Not this, the thing that's to my left. This thing. If I were gears, I would be in this thing. Oh. Okay. What was that? Sounded like somebody growling. Some tires. Always miss the first shot. I don't know. Let's go turn in our side quest and see what happens. Because we need to kind of refuel and everything here. We can do a little reset, see what happens. There we go. Some more fuel in here. Glug, 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 glug. There we go. That's the noise I kind of expect from that. Green fuel. They're fueling their boats with Mountain Dew. Your fish. I commend your efforts. The fish, of course, is of low grade. I'd rather not pay for such. That's not nice. Still, here you go. An old blueprint stained with blood, but you'll figure out what to do with it. If you get bored, come back. You'll find... we'll find you a task quickly. Bozer, get to work. We'll ferment it in a jar. Let's see what nectar we can squeeze out. Bored, Angler? Then I'll entertain you. Bozer and I live all fish in essence, and we've grown strong on it. Now, no, we're only getting scraps. I think me doing the voice, I can't. Anyways. And by great fortune, we came across several recipes for a special essence. One slows mutation, another relieves pain, the third silences the whisper of the water. So we decided to combine all the best qualities of these essences and get rid of the side effects. See where I'm going with this? Not really. The perfect essence. A panacea. And I'm not sure what that word is, to be honest. A great goal. We could truly change the world. What do you say? Are you with us? God, I'm really struggling today. Of course. We can create the perfect essence. I could protect my wife and daughter. Exactly. And not just them. So the next step is this. Predatory fish, harpooners, and bloodgills. We've got the bait recipes, so you can get started right away. This should be interesting. Rainbow fin side quest. Perfect essence. Oh boy. Alright, so now we need to craft the mermaid fin bait. I got it. Very cool. I can barely see anything. A lot of contrast. Let's craft our new bait, which is rainbow fin. So we need fish flesh, metal plate, and chameleon scales. Scales from peaceful fish, tough and naturally camouflaged, commonly used in repair work and bait crafting. Okay. I don't think we have... Oh, we do have some of those. Okay, so it was meat, metal, Scales. Okay, craft. Nice. We're out of meat and metal, so he also said he didn't want these fish, so let's just get rid of them, right? I wish there was a noise that would happen when you drop them in, like, or something gross, you know, squelchy. Doesn't make any noise, unfortunately. Alright, we gained a bunch of stuff that time. Don't we need metal for... No, maybe not. Let's just make maybe one more. We do need metal for repairing the pumps, right? Can't remember. Okay, so now we catch predatory fish, harpooners, and blood gills. Alright, well, I guess we need to make our way back out. Thank God the sun is coming up. I can finally see again. That's really helpful. Okay, so we need to keep... Oh, I see bugs right now. I was going to say, we need to keep an eye out for some bugs. I feel like I should keep trying to grab these in case they have gears in them. They only seem to have cables and batteries, though. Gotta be something we just haven't come across yet. We're gonna grab all the bugs we can get. We need all the bug slime we can find. I think once we kind of get into the flow of things, I think everything feels fine. I do feel like there is a lot of information being thrown at me, but like I keep saying, I guess it's just something you kind of have to learn by doing more than anything. Texture on that grass looks kind of weird over there. I've been messing with the settings here and there, though, so that's probably why. Plenty of metal plate from the barrels. I want to look at this weird little hut-looking thing, whatever this is, watchtower. Like a little mini boat? Is that what that is? Just a tower? That looks cool. Alright, I assume predatory fish are going to be this way, where we haven't been. And we'll go from there. We're a bit slow. That's okay. Like, what happens when I drive over this stuff? Nothing. Not sure what this area is, but let's explore it. Oops, I hit the wrong button there. Went to first-person mode. Check that out again once we get back out on the boat, because I didn't realize there was a first-person mode. About the supplies. Timmy, without supplies, I can't patch up the braiding on this cable. They don't have any rubber left at the workshop. Hire an angler and order it from the sledge bet. Because if the gate breaks, the Baron will prop it up with our bones. Oh. We don't want that, that's for sure. I wonder if I should start using these mastery points here. Learn ability. It's like things that we can craft. Oh, we get sort of like a nitro boost there. That's pretty cool. Increase the boat's speed. Maneuverability. Let's just do that for now. I think I have to go back and craft that stuff, though, like I said. Generator, start. That is kind of awkward. Transformator. Also looks broken. Wires literally sticking out of it. I hear something making a weird noise. Question mark? Power off. I feel like I would die if I touched this. Ooh, we got some gears, y'all. Nice, nice, nice. That's what we need. Set up flow. I see the signs now. Huh. Not really sure what this is asking me. Let's look around some more. I keep hearing something like something's gonna attack me. Interesting. I think we obviously need to fix all this stuff at some point, but don't know if we're able to do any of that quite yet. See, that light is actually green, so let's mess with this maybe. That light is green. And maybe if we do this one next. I see. Okay. Two of them have turned green now. I got 3 of them green. There's some kind of odd combination here. I think I just completely reset it. Nice. Oh, those 3 are green. Okay, they're all green now. I don't know what that means, but we did it. There's a floating barrel here. Nice. Okay, well, obviously we need to fix the power to make any of this matter, so. Even though there's a generator going. Whatever. Let's move on. I will say there's a lot to do. Quite a long playtest, just in general. Not complaining, just making an observation. We dock on land? No, okay. We dock at the docks. That's it. Trying to adjust our angle here a little bit. Gonna get all the bug slime I can get. The weird grunts and stuff we make is so strange. Game definitely has a vibe. Oh, I appreciate... Oh, that symbol on that pool looks different. That fish got teeth. Even though the peaceful fish had teeth too. I like that they're like going all in on the fishing aspect and stuff. It's not just like, oh, it's a horror fishing game, but you only fish like every once in a while. Like, we've been constantly busy doing something at least. Which I think is pretty cool. That ash in the sky? What is that? Okay, we got harpooners here. We need these. I didn't like that noise, whatever that was. When hunting predatory fish, cast your bait so that it lands in the splash zone. Once it hits the water, hold to reel it in. Fish may take an interest in the lure. If the fish takes interest, it will follow the bait. If you reel too fast, the fish won't be able to keep up. If you pause for too long, the fish will lose interest. Alright.
Alright, steady. Too heavy.
Got it. Yeah, I kept it held that time and it worked. What's that noise in my ear? Alright, we got a new fish. Predatory harpooner. Swift and aggressive predator that ambushes its prey. Strikes with explosive force, often pushing your gear to its limits. Use strong line and be ready for a fierce fight after the hook is set. Got it. Okay, okay. Nice. These don't seem that bad to catch, actually.
Oh, it pulls.
What'd he say? It pulls. Alright, well. Maybe I was making stuff up earlier. Like, as soon as the fish runs out of stamina and you can reel the fish in, I thought I had to let go of left click and then click, but it doesn't seem to be doing that anymore. Okay, we got all the harpooners. We need blood gills now. Okay, this is still harpooners. Like there's creatures or people somewhere, ghouls or whatever they called them. Make all that noise. Very distracting. I want to check out this little pier here, but I want to see. These are the blood gills we need. Okay. You get in the right angle for some of them. For some of them. Wow, they look really cool in their picture.
Edge fish. Too heavy.
Too bad, not too bad. Gotta give it a little tappy tap. Little tappy tap. Nice. A bloodgill is an intelligent hunter that studies its prey before striking. Combines raw power with tactical cunning during fights, often changing strategies mid-battle. Demands respect and precise technique from any angler. I like the implication that these fish are doing battle with each other. On God! I think we're getting the hang of this. Okay. Well, we caught them all. For our side quest, that is. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. First person mode. Look at that. Whoa, cool. That's actually really cool. It's a little scary, but we got it. I think we can refuel here. Don't mind if I do. Like that Chilla's Art game. Umigari, or whatever that was called. Like we can craft some stuff here. What's this? Square E? Oh, just conveniently laying down right next to this chest. E blueprint. 2 of them. Cool. A bolt. It's like a bolt the guy was talking about. You could find a bolt, and you never know. It might be the most useful bolt in the whole world one day. Everything has value. Kinda. Strong metal. Oh my god, it's been lifting. Rope. Much more materials just laying around here. Standard lockpicks. Oh god, lockpicking minigame. Move your mouse to find the correct position for the lockpick. When the pick is in the right zone, the keyhole will glow. And then hold something, D, to turn the lock and move your mouse to keep the pick in the correct position until it opens. Lockpick will break once its durability runs out. Alright, we need to get it to glow. And then press a button and then move it again. Okay. It's glowing. I don't think I quite understand this. Yeah, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. Hold on, hold on. That's tough, dude. Okay, there we go. Ooh, you gotta be really precise with that. Can I... Gimme. Oh, there's a dude right here. Oh my god. Jump scare. Something is wrong with Sabrina. At last, we're together, the love of my life, here under my roof. The way she laughs. At night, we like to stargaze. We wonder if they see us from outer space. And if they do, would they like to meet us? Or maybe we've met and we just don't remember it. My Sabrina has a knack for philosophy. I brought her a lily, the most gorgeous water lily I could find around these parts. Then in the morning, I found it in the trash bin. Why? What did I do? I don't understand. Now I'm certain she's an imposter. I remember my Sabrina. This one has different eyes, an unfamiliar voice. Her fingers are damp and cold, and she smells of algae. She's been talking to water in a cup. This night, she tried to strangle me. I woke up, the fake Sabrina pretended to be asleep. She swore she wasn't doing anything. That lying wretch. I'll end her. Different handwriting. He's dead. At last I'm free. That's messed up. Oh, another gear. Heck yeah, dude. This place just has so much. Alright, I don't know if we have enough gears Fairly certain we have enough bug slime. Because we've collected quite a few. It won't let me go over to that. Okay. Guess we're just not getting it. Totally fine with me. Alright, well, there's this very interesting structure next to us. And I would be remiss if we didn't investigate it. That's right. We need to be very thorough with our exploratory ventures. There we go. You have to save our swamp. It used to be such a beautiful swamp. I'm hearing some creepy, growly noises again. They're like actual enemies? I mean, there's gotta be, right? I doubt we have a melee weapon just to, like, break boxes open with. Sounds like there's somebody in there. Getting dark, for sure. Open. Hello? I'm having trouble seeing in here. Sorry, y'all. It's a little dark. Trying to get the angle on this bottom drawer. There we go. It's like amnesia. What is making all that noise, man? Gross. I have a feeling we're about to find out. I had to press the crap out of that. God. This looks dangerous. All this red mist. Oh, I think I took damage from it there for a second. Try to stay away from it. Nothing over here. What is the point? Is there really nothing in here after all that? Can't interact with the chest. Ow, 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 ow. Maybe we go out this way. Here we go. Oh, that whatever that is sounds like it's right next to me. So much to collect. I like it. Ow, ow, ow. I walked into those spiky things. Oh, you can hit these. Oh. I didn't realize that. We're almost to the top, I think. Oh, there is an enemy in there. Coral man. Take this. And this, and this, and this, and this, and this. That was really awkward. There were no contact sounds. There were, like, no sounds of me being hit. Monsters. He didn't have a health bar. I just assume he would have a health bar. I mean, it's not required, but definitely a bit odd. Round key. What are we rewarded with for climbing this treacherous tower? A chalice. Whoa. What's that? Lockpick. Do you see a chalice? I don't see a chalice. Keys. West. Chalice. A heavy metal chalice covered in faint ancient engravings. It feels strangely warm to the touch, as if waiting to be returned to its rightful altar. Maybe some eldritch horrors await us somewhere. We throw the chalice down. At some altar somewhere, and then there's some horrific old god rises from the depths and devours us. That sounds like a good time. I don't know if this game has any, like, Lovecraftian inspirations, maybe in some ways, but I don't think it's as cosmic as Lovecraft can be. It seems very related, though, in sort of like the Dagon sort of, you know, the sleeping in the depths, Cthulhu, that kind of stuff. Maybe not as much as the cosmic, but more like the physical, gross nature of eldritch horror. Or not. Maybe it's just going for its own thing. I think it's easy to make comparisons, but I don't want to do that too much. I think we head back. I think we've done a lot of exploring. I want to turn in this side quest. And then I'm going to make our way back to the repair, or the water gate, and see if we can repair any of that stuff. Alright, we've made our way back to town, and we're going to turn in this side quest. Feel very engaged in exploring and looking around. I've had a good time with that so far. I like the side quest, too. I won't say it was easy. But all your fingers are still in place, so it couldn't have been that hard. I've seen anglers who got their noses bitten off. Still, that doesn't mean you don't deserve a reward. Here, stronger fishing line. You can install at the ripping... I can't read, I guess. Here, stronger fishing line. You can install it at the... Then it skipped it for me. I didn't do that. Bozer, slice up the predators. We'll start testing the essence soon. I don't know what that said. So, Alchemist, how's the working coming along? I feel like I'm losing my mind. What should be rotting is sprouting algae, and what should be sprouting is rotting. Let me do the next. Stop skipping it for me, because then I accidentally skip it. But there is a solution. We need not ordinary fish, but mutated ones. Ever seen any? Have we seen mutated fish? I thought they were all mutated, to be honest with you. I'm going to say no, because I don't really know. No, I've never caught mutants. Really? I doubt that. Either way, we decided to start with mutated softgazer. The blight has turned it into a fine piece of rotten meat covered in algae. The anglers even call it the necrosoft for its sweet smell and cute appearance. This creature awakens at night like everything good in our world. And we really need that necrosoft. Deal. I'll try to get the mutant. Just prepare yourself. I don't know what anglers do before heading out in the water at night, but do something like that or on your own. Great advice. I've got plenty more, so try not to die before we finish the experiments. Okay. It's foreshadowing, I suppose. I don't mean to fumble the reading so much. I've been at this for a while. So my brain is tired. Night only. So I was correct about there being day or night specific fish to catch. Seems like a pretty obvious discovery, I suppose, but maybe we grind these up. Ew, gross. Look at all that blood. I don't know. I don't know if we're supposed to be doing that, but we did, so. Got a bunch more materials for doing that for sure. Let's try to find necrosofts, I guess. Do we need certain bait to catch them? It's a peaceful fish, so maybe not. I assume he would have told us such. Maybe I missed it. So I think I'm going to take a long way around. See if we find any of these necrosoft pools. I assume they're in a pool. If they have their own pool, rather, or if they're just in addition to others. Share pools with other fish? I don't know. I'm gonna like kind of take this long way around out here. We haven't really been out here, so. Seems like the night cycles last quite a bit of time, so. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. That gave me the creeps. Giant tentacle just tried to hit us. That's not cool. What is that tentacle attached to? I don't know. I don't really want to find out. If I was a necrosoft, where would I be? Like we're on Toluca Lake, you know what I mean? Silent Hill reference. So far, we haven't seen them. A lot of materials in the water, though. Maybe this is them? No, it's just a soft gazer. Okay. It's a weird place to put the type of fish in the pool, like right over the top of our objectives. I feel like a tooltip that's like sort of attached to the pool itself, or maybe pops off the side of our boat or something, rather than overlaying our objectives like that. I just find that strange, I guess. Not the end of the world, but it's a bit odd. Let's dock. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. You are dead. What was that? Is that gonna happen again when I walk out here? Or is that just a cheeky jump scare? What was that about? What in the world, dude? Like a big anglerfish monster, man. That was strange. Gate mechanism is broken. Right, where do I fix that again? Thought it was up here. Okay. Found some fuel. Nice. I think I've lost my mind. I don't remember where that mechanism was that we need to repair. Maybe it's up here. Yeah, okay, so we have enough. Fix. Should be able to run across the other side. Even though our character does not sound very good when we start sprinting. And I'd probably be messed up too doing this, so. Pretty harsh world. Alright, the coil's in place. Time to open the water gates. I'm not sure if this will just sort of end the playtest, or... I'm not sure how this works. Because we still have this side quest to do. But maybe we'll just hit the button and see what happens. A weird looking lever action there going on. What's going on? Oh. Oh. Okay, that did end the playtest. That's unfortunate, but... Okay, it says a huge thank you to participating in the Dreadmoor playtest. The journey continues. You can keep exploring the murky waters and catching its terrifying denizens. Fishing and sailing are still available in the free roam mode. Help us make the game better. Your feedback is incredibly valuable to us. Please take a moment after your session to share your thoughts. Every piece of feedback helps us improve. I definitely plan on doing that. If I hit continue... Okay, so this must just be designed to just end the playtest. I don't think the gate actually opened, right? I don't think the lever is supposed to move like that. That's really weird. Anyways, it looks like our objectives are gone, though, so that might just be the end of it for us today. We can use this fuel tank, though. I want to see how that worked. And just kind of threw the jug there down on the ground. All right. Well, cool. All right, well, I'm back on the main menu where I will share my thoughts on what we experienced here today, give a detailed review on this playtest, and give it my final judgment. If you're just here for the gameplay, I appreciate you hanging out, and I hope to see you again. Now, with my reviews, I always talk about the visuals first, which I'm fairly easygoing on, but I still like to discuss them. And I will say the main menu definitely makes a really nice first impression. I really like the way it looks, the lighting, the weird, grungy, gross stuff going on here. It really sets a nice first impression. And while in-game, looking around and exploring this bizarre, rotting, decaying world is a good time. I like just how much detail there is, and like the way the water looks, and the sky, and the birds flying around, everything just looking lived in and real. It has a lot of weight to it, and it's very immersive because of that. And I really enjoyed just exploring and looking at all the finer details and key locations and points of interest and looking at the fish. I like all the attention to detail in general. I like the way our boat looks. The menu and the UI feels maybe a little cluttered at first. It's taking some getting used to. There's a lot to read, a lot to look at, but I like how it was presented, at least through our missions and whatnot, but I'll get more into that as we go through this review. I think the visual presentation is really solid in general. It has a very unique appeal to it, but it's also very familiar in some ways. It reminds me of games like Borderlands and things like that. It has this cel-shaded sort of blobby, sort of thickness about it, if that makes sense. So I really like its visual presentation in general. I like the use of lighting. In some areas, it's maybe a little too dark, but of course you could probably adjust that in your settings. But I think it's pretty solid in general in terms of visuals. I think it just really included a lot of really interesting creative decisions with how the plant life looks and how the fish look and everything. It's just a very engaging and very unique visual presentation in general, and I quite liked it, so great job. Now, in terms of audio, I do like the music used throughout the game, especially on the main menu. Like I said, with this visual presentation, it sets the tone really well, and I quite like it. It's a little somber, it's a little strange, and it, I think, eases you into this world in an effective way. And then as we explore, just walk around in the environment itself, some music cues kick in here and there. It doesn't constantly loop and repeat itself and overstay its welcome, so I do appreciate that. The music plays when it should, I suppose. And I like that it knows when to sort of be quiet and let you sort of take a break from it. And then the music will kick in a little bit later on. And I think it just creates a nice auditory pacing in general. So really cool stuff there. I like all the noises associated with what we're doing in the game, either breaking objects, interacting with objects, crafting, fishing, using our boat, things like that. I think work really well. It's immersive, and I do like the attention to detail involved in that as well. And I think it's really important to have that in a game where you have some player feedback. When I'm doing something in the game, I get some sort of auditory feedback from it, so it's that much more immersive and engaging. So awesome job with that. I will say I'm a little mixed on the approach to voice acting, or lack thereof. Our character grunts a lot at first, which is weird, and then there are some times where I'll actually hear him speak, which I think is very odd as well. The main menu changed. That's weird. That's kind of cool, though. But anyways, I kind of wish there was some voice acting. Obviously, if that's not the intended design going forward in the full game, I totally understand that. I respect that. But I feel like in some ways it would really benefit from voice acting. There's not a lot going on in general when it comes to what characters are saying to us. Of course, I was goofing around and trying to give them my own sort of, spin on their accents or whatever they might have. And I think it would just help sort of lift up the game a little bit, just to hear these unique characters speaking to us. And then all we do is really grunt. And we say stuff while we're fishing. So it feels a little odd and disconnected in that regard. Like I said, I don't know what your plans are for voice acting, if there are any plans, but I do think it would benefit the game. So unfortunately, what was presented here was a little lacking in that regard, but it's more of a personal nitpick. It's not the end of the world, but I just found it odd that characters don't speak to each other, but while we're fishing, our character talks out loud. I just thought that was odd, that's all. I will say when we're near the enemies that make a lot of noise and grunts, the weird mutated man thing we fought towards the end there, the noises they make is a little redundant. He just constantly made noise, which obviously is to alert the player of their presence, but I think if it was a little bit more subtle and not as repetitive, it wouldn't be so grating. It just was just in my ear constantly while I'm trying to explore that tower. But just another nitpick, I guess. But in general, the audio design I think is totally fine. I liked when the tentacle popped out at us, some music kicked in, a very ominous sound, and it just swiped at us, and it was just kind of spooky. So it was really cool. And aside from that, I think the audio is fine. I don't really have anything else that I think stands out as an issue necessarily. I think there were some missing sounds here and there when it comes to us hitting enemies and things like that, as dropping the fish down in the grinder. And things like that. Just a few environmental details or interactive audio cues that are missing in some way, I think could be adjusted and added and fine-tuned a little bit. I think that will go a long way because they definitely stood out to me and they were a bit distracting when I noticed them. But all the way around, I think the audio is still very solid. It's a solid first impression for sure, especially its music. And like I said, I think there could just be some fine-tuning in general with some missing audio. Now, in terms of mechanics, I quite enjoyed the game in general, mechanically. I like fishing games, especially when they have horror aspects or are horror adjacent. And I like the setting of this game all the way around, exploring and finding craftable items and keys and cool things like that. It made me really interested in actually seeing the world and interacting with it. Now, while we're actually fishing, I feel like the game throws a lot at you at first. A lot of tool tips, a lot of tutorials, a lot of buttons to press, a lot of actions to go through. You do this, and then you do this, and then you do this. And it just felt like a lot. And obviously we got the hang of it eventually. This is one of those games, like many, that the more you play it, the more you'll understand it. It's not complex. It's just a lot of information to process to begin with. Because then on top of that, you have to learn about all the crafting and how that works. And there's just so much on the menus and so many descriptions to read and all the different materials you have to find by either exploring or by, dismembering fish or whatever, throwing them in the grinder. So while I think out of the gate, it's a little overwhelming, especially with how it's paced right out of the gate, where you just wake up, I need to find a weapon, and then you start collecting stuff, you need to get on the boat, and then you need to take the boat, and it just feels like a lot. It feels kind of rushed, but maybe it's just me. That's totally fine if that's just me, and nobody else thinks that way. That's totally acceptable, but I think while I really enjoyed the game, the more I played it, I do think it's a little jarring from the get-go. I do appreciate that there is a lot of depth when finding the torn pages and things like that to unlock better craftable upgrades for our boat, along with creating new bait for particular types of fish, and also having upgrades for our melee weapon, our grappling hook, things like that. So there's a lot to look forward to fine-tune and adjust to our liking, reinforcing our boat, getting stronger, better fishing materials and baits and hooks and lines and all that. I think will definitely create a very nice flow for the game, especially the more that it opens up, the more we get to explore, more quests that we get to catch more unique fish, either during the day or at night or whatever. And I think, like I said a few times now, it just has the potential for having a lot of depth. And I really appreciate that in a fishing game like this, and taking the time to add so much for the player to do and to look forward to, especially with finding recipes and things like that. So there's just a lot of potential out there in the world in this game to look forward to. And I think that's really promising and a really good way to approach a game like this. So I think mechanically the game is solid. While like I said, it's a little too much to begin with. I think there is a lot to look forward to, and it's not too hard to finally understand the basics once you give just a little bit of time and practice as you fish throughout the playtest. So solid job with the mechanics. I think, like I said, it's a solid foundation and it's a pretty solid first impression. So I can definitely see what to expect going forwards. There's so much shown. You didn't hide too much away from the player, and I think that's a great way to do it. So awesome job all the way around with the mechanics. Now, in terms of story and concept, I don't know much of the story quite yet. You have this strange world that's been ravaged by some kind of event or catastrophe where, as one of the NPCs said, that things that are growing are decaying and things that are decaying are growing. It's like everything is backwards in some manner of speaking. And I think while I didn't quite get a good impression of what really the point of everything is, rather than just exploring and trying to unravel things in a more natural way, rather than everything just sort of being told to us, I think that can work really well. And I think it's piqued my interest. I'm definitely intrigued in how this world became this way and why people are turning into these weird fish hybrid abominations, and where everything went wrong. I'm sure will be, explained to us eventually. But it is very interesting to just sort of be thrown into this world as it is. And I think it has a very unique appeal about it. And I think it's an okay first impression for a story. Like I said, though, it did pique my interest and it makes me wanting more, which I think is really important. So I'm really curious to see where the finality of this will lead to. Like, how does us fishing and exploring, connect to there being a bigger picture, such as understanding the world around us? And maybe that's the point. The more we play and the more we understand the world, and the more the story will unfold for us. And I think that's a good way to go about it. So pretty good first impression with the story, even though I feel like I don't know much of what's going on, but it is just a playtest. So obviously there's a lot more to see going forward. And the overall concept of the game, I think, is pretty solid. I like adjacent horror fishing games, and I like the way you approach this. It's very engaging. It's immersive. It's got a big focus on exploration and, looking at the finer details and being very observant, and with an in-depth upgrade system going forward. I think this will come together really well and create a very interesting experience and a full-fledged fishing experience. And I really appreciate that. So awesome job with the story and the concept. In terms of performance and settings, the game performs fine. I think it had some issues early on when I had most of, or if not all, the settings on Ultra. That was a little bit too much for my computer. So as we played, I eventually bumped it down to high and then bumped it down to medium, and it played a lot better that way for me. I do meet the recommended requirements, and I think obviously being a playtest, there is some fine tuning and optimization that has yet to happen, and I think going forward it'll turn out just fine. I didn't have any crazy bugs or glitches necessarily. There were some areas I feel like I was blocked away from, or I was like clipping into areas I probably shouldn't have been, like walking around on some of the points of interest. But aside from that, I think it performed really well still, especially once I finally adjusted some of the settings, which I definitely recommend that you do for yourself if you plan on playing this. Speaking of settings, we'll go over those real quick as well. So we have our game settings here, which is our languages, our camera field of view, our mouse camera sensitivity, our inversion of X and Y axes, your keyboard fishing option, or your immersive fishing option, which hides the fishing interface. Rely on visual cues from the water and rod to catch fish. It's a nice addition. I appreciate that. And for video settings, you have your window mode, which is on borderless. And you have your upscaling and anti-aliasing, which is your upscaling method, your upscaling quality, your anti-aliasing method, and your anti-aliasing quality. Your frame rate, which I have VSync off, my frame rate limit at 60 FPS. You have your image sharpness, your gamma and color correction type, and also color correction intensity. That's for color blindness, so that is also appreciated. For audio, you have your audio output device, which is my headphones at the moment, and then your master volume slider, which I adjusted down just a little bit. I would like to see additional options for audio, such as sound effects and music and things like that separately. That's more of a personal nitpick. And for graphics, you have your graphics presets, which mine is on custom because I adjusted some things throughout our playthrough here today. And your hardware ray tracing lumen, that's a tongue twister for me for some reason. And then your mega lights, which I've actually never heard of before in a setting. Large impact on performance and requires compatible hardware. Okay, very cool. Your global illumination quality, which I have on high here, DFAO high, which I adjusted. Reflection quality, which I also adjusted. Your shadows, which is shadow quality, virtual shadow maps, and contact shadows. Your textures and effects, which you have view distance, texture quality, texture filtering, volumetric effects quality, and effects quality. I adjusted all of these as well. And then for other, you have nanite, you have post-processing quality, foliage quality, shading quality, and motion blur. And then for your controls, you have all of your movement controls here and also for interaction, weapon slots, melee slot, tool slot, medkit, reload, cargo hold, journal, world map, which didn't work for me. Maybe it's not a part of the playtest. You have your notebook and your switch ship camera and your glossary. So really nice stuff there. And I assume you can adjust these. Maybe not. Actually, it doesn't let me change it unless I'm misunderstanding. Maybe going forward they will allow you to change these keybinds, but it looks like for now I'm not allowed to, so not really sure if they plan on adding that. But like I said, performance is solid. It's a little straining on my computer, but adjusting the settings did help quite a bit, so that's good. And for the settings in general, I would say they're totally acceptable. I'd like to see individual audio options for the music and sound effects and things like that, but everything else has a lot of variety and a potential to adjust the game to perform better for you or just to your liking. So I think the settings are totally acceptable. Great job all the way around with that. So my final judgment for the Dreadmoor playtest is I would say it's good. I had a great time with this all the way around. I think it's a solid first impression. It has a really strong foundation for a game, especially of this genre. And I think it has a lot of potential. I think obviously there is still some fine tuning and some adjustments that this game needs. But from what was presented to us today, I still think there's a lot to do in this. You didn't hide too much away from the player. You were very transparent with what you can expect from the upgrade system, the exploration, how the fishing works, and how the storylines and the quest objectives and the pacing of the game works. So I think there's a lot to experience here, which I think is wonderful for a playtest and for a demo essentially, and I think makes a solid first impression. Like I said, there's a lot to fine-tune and to optimize and to add, such as missing sound effects and things like that. But I think overall it's a pretty solid experience. I do think as well the start of the game feels a bit jarring and overwhelming with how much information there is. And I think also the lack of voice acting kind of took me out of it a little bit. But like I said, there are some personal nitpicks in there. So don't worry about it too much because, like I said, a pretty solid first impression. So I think it's a good playtest, and I think you did a great job with this, and I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors and your work. Tell me what you think in the comments below. What are your thoughts on this game? Do you agree or disagree with me? Do you have anything to add? You just want to say hi? Let me know what's up. And don't forget to check the pinned comment below for the links to everything and go play this game for yourself and form your own opinion. I'm sure the developer would really appreciate your feedback as well as mine. I do have some invites to the playtest on my Steam account. I have 3 of them, and if you're having trouble getting into it, just let me know on Twitter or something like that, and maybe I can work something out. But it's first come, first serve. And if you'd like to support my channel, hit subscribe, leave a like, comment, share the video, and I have links to my socials in the description if that interests you. Now, thank you for watching my video. Hope you have a wonderful day, but I think that's all I have to say about it. So thanks for hanging out with me. But don't forget...